Time is short. We're all almost dead. You know that, right? You know that we're all almost dead in the grave. If we're lucky, we get a grave. Oh, people end up in a potter's field, which I think predates the movie It's a Wonderful Life. I think that expression comes from potters, people who made pots. They were very exclusive. And they did not want to be buried with people who made mugs. So they had their own cemetery where everybody knew everyone that's buried in that cemetery, that graveyard. They're all potters. They all made pots. Not a mug maker amongst them. That's right, mug maker, not mugger. That's a different profession. So then I think it became a reverse snobbery thing, where it's like the last place you wanted to be buried was a potter's field, even though, of course, everybody wanted in. Here's why. Everybody wanted to be the first person, first non-potter, to be buried in a potter's field. So their relatives who were still living could brag about it. Oh, yes. My husband, he's buried in a potter's field. Oh, no, he wasn't a potter at all. No. He was one of those people that twists threads together to make a rope. No, they never did come up with a term for that. It's a shame, really. All the more impressive that he got into a potter's field. Yes, I will have another scoop of diamonds. Is it weird that I'm attracted to that lady? That voice that I was just doing? Something about her, I don't know. I think that's the reason we here in the present do not have time travel technology. I think it's out of respect for cavemen. All they went through. They lived in caves. Gross. You think a cave will be nice because it's usually when you're happy to see a cave, it's because something horrible is going on outside that cave. It's a hailstorm. It's a bear convention. It's a third thing. Forest fire? I don't know. You get in that cave, it's cool and dry in there, and you're like, thank God. I hope this cave just goes... I hope it's a shallow cave. I hope it doesn't go on and I meet a golem. Not a golem, a golem. Did you ever see a movie called The Parent Trap? Any version of it. It all comes down to the same thing. The Parent Trap, in its various incarnations, and it's a story that's been told and retold in as many ways as A Christmas Carol. It's the story of a young girl and her doppelganger. At first they meet, they hate each other. Of course they do. Why wouldn't you hate someone who looks exactly like you? We all hate ourselves. And then they realize we got to put our differences beside and then eventually behind us. First, let's put them over here. Then let's walk forward about 20, 30 paces. And now our differences are behind us. So they said, we have an opportunity here for hijinks. We can make an estranged married couple fall back in love. I'm trying to remember the story now of how the twins in The Parent Trap were separated, and any way you slice it, it seems untoward. It seems unseemly that the identical twins, each living with a parent that used to be married and got divorced, somehow they're not together anymore. Like, did the parents... This can't be right? Like, and please, I don't want to know. Please don't ever tell me the real story of The Parent Trap, because here's what I think it is. Parents, they have these twins, right? They think that having a baby is going to save their marriage, which is a wreck. They're like, let's have a baby. That'll bring us closer together. It never does. They accidentally have twins. Oh, no. First of all, that baby wasn't going to get it done. 2 babies really not going to get it done. It's going to drive you apart. So they say, who gets custody of these twins that have ruined our lives? As our last act of selflessness, let's each take one of these miserable creatures and never tell them that they are related. We will go our separate ways. We will never talk to each other again. No need. You're taking care of a child. I'm taking care of a child. Let's be out of each other's lives for good. Then these girls meet. Summer camp. I'm like, oh, that's weird. I just happen to be meeting somebody who looks identical to me. They don't even bring... I don't think in the movie they even bring up the concept of doppelgangers. I don't think the word is even mentioned. That seems like sloppy filmmaking. Like that the one preteen wouldn't say to the other, hey, are you my doppelganger? People from the past. How dumb were they? 100%? That's unkind. Let's say... You know what? I gotta say, though, pretty dumb. I'm gonna put them in the 80% range. People from the past. From the 70s backwards. No, 80s backwards. 1980 to 0 BC. Dumb. That's right. People before the birth of Christ, pretty smart. Invented the sundial, the stone knife, the game of basketball. But then start with the birth of Christ, and it's not his fault. Look, no one is blaming Christ for how dumb everyone was. It's not his fault people couldn't listen. That must have been frustrating to be him, like, ugh, I'm the only smart guy. Idiots. Well, that's unkind. That's him saying that, not me. I think they are idiots, but I'm the son of God, so, I'm not going to be as charitable.